Hey there, my name is Sonia Maya. Welcome back to my channel. On this channel, I talk about fitness inspiration as well as ways to improve your relationship and your sex life. So let me close the curtain because this isn't working. That's much better. So today I wanted to talk about 3 ways that you can improve your sex life. Yes, a nice and spicy video. Spicier! So I've been doing a lot of research about relationships and sex recently, and something that I've realized, it is so important for people to be comfortable talking about sex in their relationship in order to make the communication in the relationship so much better and to, of course, make the sex better. And I'm sure that many of you know that I look up to Dr. Ruth. She is somebody that is a friend of the family, and I want to do my best to continue talking about how important it is to talk about sex, because she has talked about how she's worried people are going to stop communicating about sex, and she wants to make sure that that's continued. So I feel like it is my duty to continue talking about communicating in a sexual relationship about sex, and I want people to be more comfortable talking about it, and I want this to be a safe platform for anybody to ask me any questions. And if you have any personal questions, although I am not a licensed therapist yet, I am happy to talk to you. You can hit me up on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram below here so you can reach out to me if you have any questions or if you just need somebody to talk to. I'll be here for you. So since Dr. Ruth says that the art of conversation is getting lost, let's talk about it. Let's talk about sex. So please like and subscribe if you like this content, and make sure that you watch until the end of the video, because I always talk about the most spicy and the most helpful information at the end of the video. Like good sex, saving the best for last. Keep that in mind. Intimacy is very important in a relationship, for a healthy relationship. The relational aspect is the most important. If a partner in a couple is not feeling like they're getting intimacy from their partner, they're not going to be happy. They could be having sex one day a week, 2 days a week, but there has to be intimacy and passion involved for that person to be happy. It's not always about the sex, it's more about the intimacy, and those are 2 very different things.
You gotta keep them separated.
Keep in mind that although people sometimes seem happy in a relationship and they seem like they have everything going on, you know, they're posting all these cute photos on social media, a lot of people are actually alone. They feel alone in their relationships. So don't think just because somebody's in a relationship that they have it all figured out and that everything is all sunshine and rainbows. There's a lot more to it that people don't tell you. And sometimes it's better to be on your own and in a relationship with yourself, with someone that will be loyal to you, because everyone is always more loyal to themselves. Sometimes that's better than being in the wrong relationship with somebody who isn't showing you intimacy. So the first tip that I wanted to give you for a healthy, happy, intimate relationship is cuddling and kissing after sex. According to Dr. Ruth, if you are a man in a heterosexual relationship and you cuddle your woman and kiss her and show her that love and passion after sex, that actually acts as foreplay for the next sexual experience. She will be more likely to be in the mood for the next time it comes about. So keep that in mind, gentlemen. And even in a lesbian relationship, this is the same thing. You always want to do your best to keep the release of hormones going, the release of oxytocin, which is the love and trust hormone. You want that to continue happening after the orgasm. I mean, a lot of guys just get up, go to the bathroom, or, you know, they start putting on the TV. You're like, all right, let's go eat food. No, give yourself, I don't know, give them like 10-15 minutes of some cuddling. You need to continue getting that oxytocin going, and it'll prep you for the next time. If somebody's in a relationship and they're having sex and they don't really feel like they are getting that intimacy from their partner, they're gonna start looking for intimacy elsewhere. That's why there's so many people that are unfaithful. If they're not getting their needs met for intimacy in the relationship, even if they're having sex, they're probably going to look for that release of hormone elsewhere. So make sure that you are having that intimacy. It is so, so important. The second tip that I wanted to give you for a happy sex life, this is especially important for those of you that are in married relationships or long-term relationships that you've been in for a while. You want to make a sex date. So this is what I mean. You want 1 day a week where you know at that time of day you are going to get it on. And this is really important because you want to make sure that you're showing your partner and showing each other that having sex in this moment of bonding and showing intimacy for each other is something that you prioritize, just like everything else in life that's very important to you. you want to make sure that you have a sex date in place to show them they're a priority. I know that a lot of couples therapists recommend this, but you don't have to be in couples therapy to do it. You don't have to be told to. Just listen to me. Just do it. Just try it. And of course you can have sex on other nights. Have sex as much as you want. As long as you make sure that you're having sex at that time that you scheduled with your partner, and nothing else can interrupt that, except for maybe emergencies. But just make it part of your schedule, and that will show your partner that you care enough about them to make sure that you want to put intimacy first. And let me know how it goes. The third thing I wanted to talk about is the importance of communication in a sexual relationship. What I mean by this is, let's say one person wants to spice things up by maybe watching some porn while you get it on, or maybe watching porn as a way to set the mood. Even though porn is problematic in many ways, it can be good in some ways too, because it allows somebody to explore fantasies with their partner. And it really depends on the kind of porn. But something that's really healthy in a relationship is not feeling shameful of fantasy and communicating the fantasies that you might have with your partner. Even though sometimes it might not be healthy to act out a fantasy. For example, a threesome. Maybe a man has been fantasizing about a threesome and he wants, his girlfriend or his wife to partake. That might actually not be healthy if that's not something that she would be okay with. But that doesn't mean that he can't fantasize about it. And it's a healthy tendency in a relationship to be able to talk about that with your spouse. So in order to not get bored in a relationship, it's important to know what makes you curious, know what turns you on, and have fantasies, and be able to talk about it with your partner without thinking that they might get jealous or upset. That shows that that's a healthy relationship, because insecurity in a relationship is not healthy, and that's something that you have to work out through communication with your partner. What makes somebody a good partner is being able to read the other person, being able to understand what that person needs to get in the mood, to feel good, to receive pleasure. What I've talked about in my other videos is how important it is for a woman that doesn't know how to enjoy sex, or she's never had an orgasm. She first needs to teach herself how she wants to be touched. And then once she knows and she's comfortable with how she likes to be touched, she can then communicate that with their partner. And a good partner is one that listens and does everything they can to make sure that they are giving that pleasure to that partner and not just getting the pleasure themselves.
Ladies and gentlemen,
if you're spending time with a special someone who isn't taking care of your needs, down there, but they're perfectly fine having their needs taken care of. Sound familiar? Here's my advice to you.
Run.
I always talk about the importance of reciprocity, so this is very key here. So a good partner is one that listens and is willing to change and is willing to do everything they can to make sure they are meeting the needs of their partner. You want to make sure that you are able to express your needs to your partner without feeling judged or criticized, and that is what's going to make a healthy relationship. Something that is so true with couples therapy, and it's kind of funny actually, is once you fix the intimacy issues and the relational and the sex issues in a relationship, you find that the little things that people generally fight about aren't really a problem anymore. Like whoever's fighting over taking out the trash, or it's your turn to walk the dogs, it's your turn to do this and that. You'll find that once you fix the other issues, like making sure that they're communicating about sex and they're meeting the needs of each other's intimacy, those things aren't going to be such an issue anymore, because let's be honest, that wasn't even the issue in the first place. It was probably the sexual frustration, among other things, or the frustration from the lack of intimacy. The needs weren't being met. So yeah, it's your turn to take out the trash. So what I hope you're really getting from this video is the importance of communication, and it's also really important to not think that you know it all. Every vagina is different, every penis is different, and this applies a little bit more to like pleasing a woman, but you can't be somebody that thinks you know it all, because everyone is different. And take the time to figure out what your partner likes be comfortable talking about your fantasies and talking about what you would like to do with your partner without feeling like you're going to be judged or anything like that. And if you feel like you're going to be judged by your partner, then express that to them. If it's something that's worth working for, like it's someone you've been with for a while and you love their other qualities, but things just aren't good intimacy-wise, I would suggest seeking counseling, going to therapy. That'll definitely help you, because just like so many things in life, a relationship that you really, really want is worth working for in therapy. So I wish everyone the best. Really hope that you learned something from this video, and I'm definitely going to be making more content like this because I'm very passionate about the subject of sexual communication, sexually speaking, all of those things. I'm very passionate about it. So I really hope you liked this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. I post every Wednesday and Saturday. Thank you so much.